minutes and Aman Sehrawat's dream of trying to get into the gold medal match is over. Because anyway, he was facing the world number one and the top seed Rei Higuchi of Japan, and the first 15-20 seconds itself, Rei Higuchi was up 4-0. Aman just could not get going, and through technical superiority, Aman Sehrawat is out, but he is still in medal contention because he's in the semi-final, his opponent's gone to the final, so he will contest the bronze medal repechage match that's going to happen tomorrow evening. So until then, India's campaign still is there until the 9th. 10th, you'll probably have something, and perhaps Ritika Huda could give some good news at the end of the day on 10th also. But Aman Sehrawat, we knew the kind of problems that he was going to face because of one simple thing, Rei Higuchi.
Definitely, Sidvi said there was no competition, to be very honest.
You were very pumped
up. I was very pumped up. Because what I saw what Vinesh did to her Japanese opponent, somewhat, both the games, both the opponents had the same ranking and same sort of style of play. They were clear favorites. I thought maybe a miracle would have happened as far as Aman Sehrawat was also concerned. But you could clearly see that since the word go, you could see that there was a very big difference between both the wrestlers. In fact, the last time around also they made it was somewhat the same situation in Hungary when they sort of that there also the score line was 11-1, sort of the same result there also. So Aman Sehrawat definitely did try to do it, but he wasn't able to even sort of get him under Aman Sehrawat so that he could even win those 2 points to stay alive in the game. He definitely tried to do that, but his opponent did not allow that to happen.
The main problem, what is it with Rei Higuchi, is that
too quick.
He's too quick.
Very quick.
Now the way how he came behind Sehrawat and did the back flip also on him, he immediately got 4 points. Now because of the way, and he ensured, it was a very smart play by Higuchi. Like, he knew that Aman Sehrawat would not want to attack him so much. He was already down 4-0. He maintained the pressure and he pinned him down. The first shoulder mat that happened, that also got him 2 points, and then the next superior technical move that he did, it gave him 4 more points, and within half of even the first quarter was not even done, and Aman Sehrawat lost 10-0. It was just a blink and a miss situation, and that is why you will be in the bronze medal repechage round.
But Rei Higuchi, I think he also had the advantage of, because firstly he's definitely really quick, and you could, he moved on that mat really swiftly, but also because he's that a little shorter than Aman Sehrawat, he could attack on his feet and he could grapple him by his knees, and then he'd never let him, stand up after that.
Now see, Aman Sehrawat was also helped by the fact that he got a better draw. Vinesh had the toughest draw when you look at it at that point. Nisha Dayya also had an easier draw as compared to, but then Nisha Dayya's unfortunate injury meant that she went out to the North Korean when she was leading 8-2, and then when she got the first to 10 at that point in that particular round, then she managed to lose it. So Nisha Dayya's arm injury, Aman Sehrawat, if you have to look at it, his woes also continued. Now people may be asking, what about Anshu Malik? Anshu Malik lost to the American in the first round itself, second round rather, and that is why if that American loses to the Japanese in the semi-final, then Anshu Malik's Paris Olympics is over. She can't go into the bronze medal repechage because all the medal rounds and the repechage rounds will happen from tomorrow onwards in the evening. Similar to what happened with Vinesh Fogart also, one day all your round of 16 till semi-finals are done. Repechage rounds and the gold medal matches are done on the following day. So Nisha Dayya is out, Vinesh Fogart disqualified, Aman Sehrawat now will be fighting for only bronze, but even the bronze is not assured because he has to win the repechage rounds and ensure that he gets there. If he loses one and if the other opponents win their respective bouts, they will then get the 2 bronze medals.
But definitely sort of a heartbreaking and sort of disappointing journey for the wrestlers as far as the wrestlers are concerned. Yeah, they were sort of unlucky also on many occasions, like Sridvisa mentioned, Nisha Dayya, Vinesh Fogart. But on other occasions, they also sort of disappointed. If we talk about right now, Aman Sehrawat, Antim Bangal, a lot of expectations were from her also. She also crashed out really early on in her weight category. So it's not been the ideal Paris Olympic Games for the wrestlers.
I mean, if you look at it, Antim Pangal, what a disastrous Olympics. It's already been on the mat and off the mat. Now she's released a statement, and I was very interested to see like she was ill. It only confirmed the fact that the bout that she fought on the first day against the Turkish, something was wrong with Antim Pangal. Because Antim Pangal is not the kind of wrestler who could just give away anything without a fight. It is not a fluke and it is not a thing. The federation in this particular instance were right in backing Antim Pangal for one simple reason, that she had gotten the first quota from the World Wrestling Championships that was held in Serbia. The Wrestling Championships is on par with the Olympics when you look at the competition. So that is why getting the quota from there is a huge feat in itself. Bajrang Punia has done it so many times by doing well in the World Wrestling Championships. So has Vinesh Fogart. But Antim Pangal, no one is going to tell this, but even in the 53 kilo bout, Antim just managed to make the weight.
Yeah.
She just managed to make the weight, but look at what happened. She was so exhausted in trying to make up the weight that she lost 10-0 to the Turkish, and the Turkish wrestler in the next round put up no fight. Which was a clear-cut indication that India, if they have to develop their sports sciences for their athletes, you have to first try it out with the wrestlers, then and only then are you going to ensure that they know how to maintain the weight.
And I think it was the same case with Nisha Daiya also. Her opponent also was clearly far behind against her till the time
but
she
Nisha
did not.
Daiya is different.
Yeah, because she had the injury on the mat. But her opponent again, we were expecting, to see Nisha Daiya in the repechage round at least so that she gets one day more to sort of recover. But her opponent clearly wasn't able to put up a fight in the semi-final also that time.
So, already the lessons that you're making is, see, you have to have a big fight against pressure, okay? In pressure situations, it is a well-known fact that the Indian contingent crumbles, okay? Number one. Number two, your wrestlers are the starting point for your sports sciences in this country. If you want to prepare a revolutionary diet, if you want to tell them how they have to maintain the weight, then please start with the wrestlers, chart out a program, chart out the metabolism, not now. Your preparation for Los Angeles begins now. After the mat has ended in Paris, forget about it, you'll come back home, you want to refresh. It begins from September 2024 until the next Olympics in July, August. This is where wrestlers, when you look at it, yes, there will be a future. Vinesh Fogart unfortunately is retired. Maybe she can take her retirement back. We are hopeful of that in the near future. I think she may have just done it in the heat of the moment. Aman Sehrawat.
But with Vinesh Fogart, we also have to remember that she's touching that 30 mark now. So it's going to be sort of, it's not going to get easier from here.
It will be tough. So that is why it is a huge problem. Now, at this point in time, it is very important to understand one more thing, that Nisha Daiya, invest in her. Try and ensure that the federation is free of politics. Ensure that there is a clear-cut waypoint for all of them to participate in the local, national tournaments. Your national tournaments is suffering. Because of the Jantar Mantar standoff, the one thing which was not highlighted, and we did in Sports Today, we did highlight certain videos, the akhadas and the national tournaments came to an absolute standstill. Because of the standoff in the WFI, and also because WFI was suspended, there was no head running it, and that is why you saw that every tournament, local tournament, suffered. Please, WFI and IOA in conjunction, ensure that your sports sciences are up to date. Ensure from grassroots until the next 4 years, you develop this continuous chain of wrestlers.
There are a lot of talent as far as wrestlers are concerned. You have just a few kilometers away from your Chhatrasal Stadium, where so many wrestlers in fact live there, stay there, preparing for their future. So all these small things like, managing weight, injury protection and all of these things, if they are looked more into, that's why you have had results from wrestling also throughout the years. This time, definitely a disappointment, but still you have an opportunity to win
tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening, you will have a chance with Aman Sehrawat back in action. But the worst part is, Anshu Malik's opponent is going to start her bout in the next 10 minutes. If that opponent does not make it to the final, Anshu Malik's chances are done. So then essentially we are left with only two wrestlers in the remainder of the 3 days that's there. Aman Sehrawat on 9th and Ritika Huda on the 10th. If Ritika Huda loses on the 10th, there are no events for India on the 11th. There would have been one if Ritika Huda had made it to the repechage rounds, she was going to play on the 11th. But if that happens, India's Olympic campaign officially then ends on 10th August. There will be nothing on the opening ceremony day. Closing ceremony day. You'll just have the closing ceremony in the evening, and then after that, you will then have a post-mortem of how it has happened in Paris. So we are only left with one event for the day, and that event is the marquee event of all.
The event we have been waiting for the last 4 years, I'd say.
3 years. The event happened in 2021, August 7th, 87.58 meters, when Neeraj Chopra won the gold. And now he'll be aiming to become only the 4th individual in the history of the Olympics to win 2 or more gold medals. Back to back also. It was done by Jan Zelezny. Zelezny leads the pack with 3. Can Neeraj join? And it's mostly been dominated by the Nordic countries. One from Sweden, one from Norway has won 2 medals on the trot. Can Neeraj actually, in fact, I have the names written.
We could even see 2 medals coming to Asia itself.
Yeah.
Seeing the form even Arshad Nadeem is, you could see 2 Asians standing on that podium as far as the men's javelin.
It could happen. So these are the 3 other names that is there. Johnny Mira of Finland, that happened in the 20s if you have to look at it. That was the time he got the first of back-to-back medals. Then you got Erik Lemming of Sweden. Then Jan Zelezny of Czech Republic with 3, and Andres Thorkildsen of Norway. Andres Thorkildsen won it in the first half of the 21st century in that, and prior to that it was Zelezny 92, 96, 2000. What a magnificent athlete he was, Jan Zelezny. In fact, he was the first to complete javelin. Olympics 3 times, World Championship 3 times, 90 plus meters. What more would he have to achieve? So
96 being his career best, if I'm
96
not wrong.
meters. But remember, javelin underwent a lot of changes in the 21st century. So that's why that era, even someone threw 100 also. In fact, Neeraj's previous coach, Uwe Horn, threw 100. But then sometimes they don't accept that record as it is. So
and I think also as far as Neeraj's event is concerned, not too much should be read in the as far as the qualification rounds are concerned, because again, javelin is a sport that is played outdoors. So also what the weather is like, what the wind speed is like, all these things also sort of determine the length of your throw. So all of these things will also come in play. But the way Neeraj has marched into, I would say that thumped his way into the final, I think he would definitely be eyeing his second gold.
So, if you look at it, it is very interesting. It's going to be a tough battle. Let me tell you one thing, because Neeraj is not going to have an easy part to the gold. Jakub Vadlish will want to ensure that he manages to get the gold. He's been fed up of having been second best to Neeraj.
But I think it was just the Diamond League where he won.
Diamond League Doha, where you don't win a gold in the Diamond.
I mean, you finished first.
So the structure of the Diamond League is such that there are certain events by which you have to accumulate points. You can participate in 4, you can participate in 5, you can participate in 6. The most number of points accumulated in the Diamond League events, which is Doha, Rabat, Paris. Then if you look at it, there's other events also. So if you accumulate points, he's won World Championships, he's won Asian, Commonwealth, Olympics. He just needs a 90 meter to absolutely complete javelin. There'll be no further complaints then after that. So we are only awaiting one more bout in the wrestling, but doesn't involve India. It involves India indirectly for one reason. If that American opponent loses, Anshu Malik's Paris Olympics is over.
And then just about an hour and a half to go before we
12 o'clock, 11:55, 12 o'clock, it's Neeraj Chopra, the marquee event that's going to happen. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis from me and Shashwat Babai. Help us get to the landmark of 500k. Subscribe and show us a lot of love there. Bye-bye.